To that. Well, I have two fears when it comes to getting into the kitchen and doing some baking. I have a fear of yeast, David. I don't know why it is. And I have a fear of making candy. So you're going to help me out with that this morning.
It's very easy.
What are we making?
We're going to make some Christmas almond butter crunch this morning.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Don't go away. Christmas almond butter crunch when we come back. In the kitchen this morning with Chef David Ross, and I was explaining to David how I have a fear of yeast because I'm always afraid I'm going to kill it, and I have a fear of making candy. Yeah, because I'm always afraid of getting it too hard, too soft, all of that.
It's really very simple. The fear, I think, comes from wondering if you're going to get the candy to the right temperature.
Right.
Which is very easy with a professional candy thermometer.
This is a really nice one, too, that you've brought in. I mean, it looks like something you pulled off the side of the house.
It actually is a little bit more expensive than what you'll find in the grocery store. It'll last a lifetime, and it will give you specific temperature readings. So if your recipe, for in this case, says hard crack stage, once it gets to that stage, you're done.
Does it actually say hard crack on there?
It really does.
It does. See, I could do this.
So you can do any kind of candy if you have that.
Okay. This is an important tool.
Candies are different based on the different stages of the sugar getting heated up. Now, for the almond butter crunch, it's just butter, sugar, little water, and a little corn syrup. And the corn syrup helps it thicken and get hard. And we boil all of that down. It can take up to about 45 minutes. Once it gets to about 250 degrees, that takes about 30 minutes. And then the last 10 to 15 goes up to 290. That's when we have to start working quick. Now, that's the other thing I think, Teresa, that scares people a little bit about candy is once it hits that certain stage, we have to move really fast.
Okay, and you want to be careful, too, because we are talking about really extreme temperatures.
Right.
So if there are little ones in the kitchen, boy, keep them back from the stove because it can do some serious
Whenever
damage.
we're working with sugar, because it gets hot and caramelizes, and it can really burn.
It sticks, yeah. It'll stay right on their little fingers. Okay, so you've got that part all done for us, which is what is in the pan here.
And what I've done is with just a cookie sheet with some parchment paper, I sprayed with a little nonstick spray. That just helps to ensure that we're going to release it from the parchment.
Oh, because I always have trouble with that too.
Now there's a lot of butter in here, so it would release, but that's just a little more insurance.
Well, and you can just pull that paper up and break off your pieces.
So we've gotten to 290, our hard crack stage. We then add a little bit of chopped almond, and then we immediately pour it out onto the cookie sheet, let it spread real thin, and then we work real fast, and we're going to do our coating. And what we've got here is just some melted milk chocolate chips. If you don't want to do that over the stove, you can actually just sprinkle the chips on top of the hot sugar, and that will melt it.
Can I use dark chocolate too? Because I'm a fiend for the dark chocolate.
Teresa, white chocolate, any kind of chocolate you'd like. Now, if there is not anything more beautiful than that, I don't know what it would be.
Well, I was thinking that. That's
pretty.
That
is just beautiful liquid milk chocolate.
No.
That's a little bit thicker than what I would normally do.
That would probably cover a full pan, wouldn't it?
That would.
Yeah.
And that's just one bag of milk chocolate chips. Now, but you can never have too much chocolate.
Oh, heavens no.
not a problem. Now, we just sprinkle some more of the chopped almonds.
And you're just using raw. You don't toast them?
I don't. You could toast them in the oven for about 400 degrees, about 10 minutes. Add a little color to them and a little more flavor, but you really don't need to. Just
I love this idea because it could be given as a gift. You could break this off, put it in a decorative tin. It's a wonderful idea.
Now, what this chocolate does is it actually acts like a glue to help these almonds stick. And we just pat it down a little bit. That'll cool down in about an hour.
Okay.
And you're right, it's a great gift, just wrapped loosely in parchment and put in a decorative tin. You know, we save tins every year.
Oh, absolutely.
That's kind of regifting tins, but...
Well, we'll let that cool down and we'll get a little taste coming up at the end of the show. I look forward to that. And our decorating the outdoor home is coming along. Oh, we've got our butter almond holiday
piece. We got to pull out the biggest piece of all.
David's recipe at KXLY.com, and we'll see you tomorrow on Classy. Have a great day.